Well, today gonna head up to Harrison Lake, hike in there, maybe hike around the mountain, maybe catch some trout. So, on the way. Well, the road up to Harrison Lake here narrows a little bit, becomes more like a trail, a Forest Service road. And if you look up there, you can see some snow on the peaks. It's a little snowy up top, but it is just June. A little bit of snow on the trail. Well, I decided to park off the side of the road because the rest of the trail is pretty snowy. So we'll walk about a mile up to the trailhead and then begin. Trying out my new Gunfighters ink holster today for the first time. So yeah, we'll see how that works as we hike up the trail. Well, I'd feel pretty comfortable taking the Sequoia through this. Not having friends and buddies up here today. Don't want to get stuck when you only have one vehicle. And doesn't look like anybody's really driven past this point so far. I don't even see any ATV trails up here yet. It's just this is the end. It's June, but it's gonna be 80 today. Well, look at that. No one's driven up here yet. Kind of cool. First tracks. Still a half a mile from the Harrison Lake trailhead. And this thing it is snowy up here on June 7th, and highly recommend doing this drive and hike maybe a little later. But still fun to get out. Beats sitting at the computer. Whew. Gotta burn off those winter pounds. Not coming off that easy this summer. Look at this water here. Hold on. Just a lot of water coming off the mountain. So still making it up to the trailhead, but look at this. Look at this mountain. Got some snow slide there, and oh, that's just a steep rock face. But that's where we're going, right up there. We'll get there eventually. Well, finally made it to the trailhead for Harrison Lake. The trail looks snowy. It's gonna be a fun one. Also a bathroom here. A lot of parking, but the parking is snowy here in this June. Expect bears to be present. Eeks. Here's the beginning of Trail 217. up to Harrison Lake, and look at this. There's a lot of snow on this trail. I've only done this in July and August. Well, make its progress up the mountain. Not too fast, but slow is still progress. I think I saw a thing that said the other day, a 20-minute mile is the same distance as a 5-minute mile. Now, I ran some of those 5-minute miles back in the day. Not so much more, but maybe I can get back to that here in a couple months of work this summer. I'd be happy with an 8 or 10-minute mile. Well, I can't tell here if the stream is a trail or if the trail is a stream. You decide. Wow, look at that view. Beautiful views up here. Coming up the trail today, and there's a lot of brush, so I was going to come back here and cut some of these off a bit. Then we'll chuck them over the side. This is my specialty made in China saw. All right, and I'll do one more here. A little bit bigger one. Undercut. There we go. Wants to spring up a little bit. All right, trail clear. So I was looking at making a seat right here on this log, and check it out. Cut off this piece. Look at that fat wood right there. So when you're out in the woods, you find that fat wood, keep it with you in your pack. You can use that to help start a fire. It's always in these branches on old dead logs. You can find it and start a fire with it. Okay, whew, made it across. Well, now this is fun. Hiking through the snow. Not everybody considers this fun. Boy, another week or two, this will probably all be melted off. Well, this part of the trail, whew, it is snowy. It's deep snow. It's got to be like 4 or 5 feet deep here. And turned the corner on the switchback, and so now we're just heading straight up to the where it gets steep, and you get onto the rocks. And I'm thinking once I reach the rocks there, hopefully that has had a lot of sun exposure, kind of like that other face, and be a little easier walking. Although this snow, I can't complain. I think I've only post-holed like twice, 3 times maybe, and then stop and dig the snow out. But yeah, it's definitely snowy up here. Wow, look at this. Free snow cones on both sides. This trail is snowy. I think by June it wouldn't be so much, but we're up high in the mountains. Oh, here we go. Well, found a little bit of the trail here in this old tree, but yeah, a lot of snow still, but we're starting to get into that rocky area up here towards the top. Getting up into the Alpine here. Not sure if this is the trail, but we're on it anyways. All right, made it to the first rock here. That's nice. Start hiking up on this now. Hopefully, remember where I came from. Go that way on the way back down. Up we go. Watch your step. Well, I'm here at this place. We might be close to the trail, but anyways, gonna go up here and hike up. Well, guys, made it up that steep hill, and we're at the top. Here's the fire pit. Here's the campground area, and a little bit of the lake. Wow, look at that. Ooh. Look at that. Just a little bit of the lake exposed here, and the rest of it. The rest of it, it's frozen. Shoe got a little wet. Tried to step over a creek. and the whole thing of snow broke right in, and I went pretty deep. So I'm gonna dry out the sock now. Now that we're up here at the lake, that'll be good. It's very windy up here today. Not warm enough just to be in a t-shirt, so that's cool. But it's beautiful up here. Take a look. Wow, that wind is really whipping. Try the sock out pretty quick, huh? And the shoe. Come on, dry out. Well, grabbed a protein bar for lunch. I'm gonna have that up here while I sit and let everything dry out a little bit. It got a little soft. That's good. A little tired after that climb. Look how clear that water is. Pretty clear. Now one hike here at Harrison Lake to do is to go up to Harrison Peak right up there. Kind of see it through the trees. Well, you go up kind of the saddle there, and then you work your way all the way around the top. Then you can come back down this other side. And now there's campsites here, you know, right when you come up, when you pop up the trail. I'm on the north side here of the outflow stream. And then you can cross over, and then there's campsites up over the top there. And pretty cool rock too. Maybe I can walk over there and see if it's visible. It's like a camping rock. So all in all, that hike took about 3 hours. And that was having to hike up an extra mile, so I didn't have to try to drive through the snow because it was pretty deep. And then also make our way up this entire trail pretty much in the snow. So definitely going to be coming back in July. Maybe this isn't the greatest June trip, you know, but sure is beautiful up here. Big country up here in the Selkirks. Now this Harrison Lake has rainbows. There's a couple other lakes up here too. Haven't fished those before, but it's like these rainbows don't want to bite, but might throw the lure in just to see. Okay, making the way to the other campsite here. And found the rock. Can't believe how much snow's up here still. Crazy. Well, here's Outcrop Rock. Look at that, it's still here. Let's zoom out a little bit, huh? Look at that. Let's go take a look. It's pretty up here. You can get out of the snow a little bit, but it's not a complete cave, you know, just a outcropping, and then there's some water here where everything's melting. Kind of a cool spot. Okay, heading over here to the, I guess what you'd call the south end of the lake, but this is the other camping spots. Kind of right in here, but currently invisible. Glad the sun's out. Makes it nice even with the wind blowing hard. Still warm in a t-shirt. It looks like this end of the lake is also a bit open. It opened up. What's interesting is there's also an outlet to the lake here. And isn't that interesting? 2 outlets on the lake. And that flows down that direction. Look at the sun just shining off the rocks. Wow. Well, this big rock up here, I think I found a good spot to take a little rest. It's a good day for a rest on top of the mountain. All right, well, heading back down now. Here's the main outflow, Harrison Lake. There is Harrison Peak. Didn't hike up there this time, but kind of need more time to do that. Well, last shot of the lake here, where we head down. Slippity-doo-dah, slippity-ay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Little Lord of the Ring reference there. Kind of what it felt like walking down that rock. So as we're coming down here, whoa, ow, just slipped on that log and oofta, that hurt my shin. So as we're coming down from Harrison Lake, oh, post holing again. Keeping the stream here on the right will eventually lead to the trail. I can't hold that anymore. There's where we came down. You can hear the creek. And you'll see on this big tree, this big Douglas fir, there's the sign here. All right, try not to post hole now. Oofta. What a trail. Crazy. So when I'm coming down this trail here, it's kind of steep, you know, like you could slip and fall, but kind of doing it here and staying in the high ridges without falling into sinkholes. That's the trick. Walk high, stay firm, harder, better. That's where I dropped in last time on the way up. Let me just skip this part. Whoa. Well, coming down now. About halfway down now. And this trail's still very snowy. Even on the way down. What? Thing about hiking in the spring, not many people up here. But it's nice to get in the backcountry, feel alive, fresh air. Very nice. Well, walking out now and nice trail. Pretty good for walking now. Well, back to the main road. That was a good hike today. Really enjoyed it. Felt good to get out and stretch the old legs. Listen to the water running, the wind blowing, the birds chirping. Felt good. I'd like to do a lot more getting out in the woods. Been sitting on the computer too much. Driving me crazy. Yeah, nice to be down. It's a beautiful hike. Thankful to be out today. Hope to do this again soon.